Hey, hello, Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, wishing you a fantastic Wednesday. Hope you're getting a chance to enjoy some of the beautiful sunshine we've been blessed here in the Valley today. Hey, I want to continue on our discussion about virtual home buying. And the reason that I'm doing that is because it's becoming more and more evident that we see people moving from different places across the country. Some of them are moving because they want to get out into a different climate. Some are financial reasons, cost of living reasons, some things, just different reasons. People have been moving from state to state, coast to coast, from north to south, south to north. We're gonna and probably gonna see a little bit more of that going on. I think probably if this XL pipeline, Keystone pipeline thing is definitely done, I got a feeling that we're gonna have a lot of people looking for petroleum jobs, and they're gonna be moving from probably the most northern climes, probably a little bit south or into the Midwest, somewhere in there, to find a job to replace the one it looks like they might lose. So as we see that, we're going to see a lot more virtual home buying. And as a matter of fact, that's one of the things that I've experienced in my practice as a real estate broker here in the state of Arizona. So many people continue to move here, A, because of the job market, B, because of the climate, and C, because of people are moving out of California because the cost of living has become so high, and it seems Washington State, Oregon seem to be falling kind of in line with California as far as cost of living, etc. That people have decided that Arizona looks like an excellent place where they can have a decent climate, and also there's a really robust job market right now. So people know that houses are selling rather quickly because we have less than a month's inventory up for sale at any single time, and things are going sometimes within hours of being listed. They know that they have to be ready to pull the trigger to write that offer, even if they're not in town. So this is one of the things, like I mentioned yesterday, you have to have a good agent who knows to keep you informed, to continually showing you the listings as soon as they hit the market. So as soon as they're on the market, you get a chance to at least view them online and make a decision whether this is the house that you at least want to take a run at, to be able to write an offer on and see if we can negotiate and get this thing pending so that you can come a chance not only to visit it, but also run an inspection to make sure that it meets your needs and that it's structurally and mechanically sound. So with that said, we talked about a couple things yesterday that we need to know, and one was know your agent. Your agent has to know and be able to keep you up to date on everything, especially not only as being able to see properties as soon as they hit the market, but also to respond to things as we negotiate a transaction along the way, to be able to stay on top of what happened in inspection. What are we going to ask for if some of those things in the inspection cause us some concern? What are we going to do if the appraisal doesn't come back at the contract price? How are we going to negotiate that? We need to have an agent that's on top of that, that's able to respond quickly to you so that you can respond quickly back to the seller and the listing agent to be able to get a property not only under contract, but to be able to take this thing all the way to the closing table. So you need to know an agent. You got to have an agent that's really good, and you also must know what you have to have. I mean, there are things we'd like to have, but the things that you must have, they're just the things that are non-negotiable. You've got to have those listed out and know that a property must meet certain requirements before you're ready to put in an offer. Third time, and it's really become even more and more important, and we even see this even in the workplace. We must have some sort of video conferencing, whether it be Skype or Zoom or FaceTime or whatever, so that you have a chance to be able to do some at least face-to-face negotiation on an open channel so that things can be discussed in real time, not texting, not emailing, not faxing, not any of that stuff, but face-to-face, to be able to once again exchange things immediately, and have, not have, oh, we got to wait for a text, wait for an email, wait for fax, or anything like that. But it would be an immediate exchange of ideas and items to be able to negotiate, or to be able to review inspections, appraisals, all that kind of stuff. So you've got to have that available to you. Number 4, you got to ask the right questions. You got to make sure that you have to have it settled, and this is why your agent is so important. You have to know the right questions to ask a seller, or have your agent ask the seller. You have to know to ask your agent the right questions to make sure that we can close this transaction. This is the house that you really want. That maybe something in the inspection causes you concern, but it may really not be that big of item or that big of concern or that expensive to correct, and it may not be an item that we want to focus on in the negotiation after inspection. And we also want to make sure when we find those things that are crucial, that are of great concern, that are going to be of great of cost, that may cause some real issues down the road. We've got to know to ask these questions. So that's why it's really important to review any inspection reports that you get back if they're, and when you get the clue report, which is the insurance report, where there have been fires or floods or anything else to property, to be able to review that and ask real important questions about that, because it could affect the structural integrity, the mechanical integrity. It could face things like mold. We want to make sure that we have a wood destroying organism in inspection to make sure that our termites are not an issue, or whatever that could infestate. We want to make sure that infestation is not in your home. And we've got to ask these questions after inspections. We've got to be able to focus on those things which are truly important and learn what things are not that important, especially when it comes to inspections. And the same with appraisals. Is it worth arguing over this appraisal? If it's just a couple $1,000s, we may want to either pay it, or we may even want to just throw that in to satisfy the seller, to make sure that they get the money that they want to net. We've got to ask the right questions. We've got to ask the right questions when we negotiate, and we've got to find out what's important to the seller so that you can answer it correctly as the buyer. So that's why, once again, your agent is very, very, very important. So once again, today, ask the right questions. Make sure that you have some sort of video conferencing available to you, whether it's FaceTime, Zoom, Skype, or one of the other apps that are out there for either Google or for Apple. Make sure that you have one of those so that, once again, you have a chance to real-time discuss these things, negotiate, and be able to address and tackle issues as they come up in the negotiation, the inspection, and getting towards the closing here. What other terms and conditions must be met? So that's what I got to share with you today. I've got a couple more that we'll share tomorrow, and then I'm not sure what we're going to do for Friday. But anyways, thank you for tuning in today. Hey, if you want to have any questions about virtual buying, as I said, this has been about 50% of my business over the last 6 months for so many people moving in from different states. I've done North Dakota, Las Vegas, Kansas City. 3 of my last virtual purchases over the last few months. So if you have any questions about how it works, what you need to do, how to get prepared for it, etc., please just give me a call. You can dial me direct at 248-330-7972. That's 248-330-7972. Or you can email me, Jack, which is JACK, at the J Team, which is THE, the letter J, the word team, .house. So it's Jack at the JTeam.house, or you can call my office and talk to any of my team members at 623-252-4061. That's 623-252-4061. Hey, this is Jack Tubbs from the J Team at Realty One in Surprise, Arizona, wishing you a fantastic Wednesday. And once again, if I can help you in any way, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow as we talk more about virtual buying. Bye-bye.